Tom Hartman here with you, and Governor Dan Malloy, the governor of Connecticut, governor.ct.gov. The website is on the air with us, live from Radio Row. Talk Radio News' Radio Row there at the DNC. Governor Malloy, welcome to our program.
Hey, it's great to be with you. It's a real opportunity to talk to people about what's going on in the country.
Indeed. Thank you for joining us. First, your sense of what's going on there at the convention.
Hey, this is my 5th convention, and I probably watched another dozen conventions over the years. That was the best opening night of any convention I have ever seen. Quite frankly, I think it topped most of the closing nights of any convention that I've ever seen. Mrs. Obama was just on fire. Ted Strickland, he reminded me of a college biology professor on a frog. He just took Mitt Romney apart. Yep. My good friend Martin O'Malley did a great job. Deval Patrick, brilliant speech. The people, you can feel the excitement in the hall last night, but you can feel it here today as we're gathering for another session. And of course, we're going to hear from Bill Clinton tonight. I get to give a little speech, but Bill Clinton, I think, is going to really crystallize the difference between democratic leadership in this country, leadership that's willing to actually go the extra way to make sure that our middle class is growing, as a way of paying down our debt. You have to grow this economy if you want to pay off the debt. You don't give more money to rich people to grow the middle class. You give money to the middle class. You spend it on job creation, on education, on health care. That's how you grow a middle class.
Yeah, well said. What time is your speech so I can be sure not to miss it?
I'm on around, I'm in the 6 o'clock hour. I think I'm going to be on around 6:40 or 6:30, somewhere in that. So it's early. But listen, any time you get to speak to your fellow Democrats is a good day.
Oh, that's marvelous. We get off the air at 6 o'clock. We're talking with Governor Dan Malloy, the governor of Connecticut. Governor.ct.gov is the website. Governor, what do you see as the, and perhaps you've already summarized this, and if so, my apologies, but what do you see as the biggest issues facing America where there is a clear separation line between the Obama-Biden policies, the Democratic policies, and the Romney-Ryan Republican policies?
Well, listen, Ryan, in that budget, which Mitt Romney said he would sign, actually changes Medicare into a voucher program, a voucher that would cover half the cost. So senior citizens living in the United States would have to write out a check for health care of about $6,200 to $6,400. That would put many senior citizens, millions upon millions of senior citizens in our country, into poverty. That's the Ryan budget.
Now, the Romney folks are saying that was the first Ryan budget, which was passed by virtually every Republican in the House of Representatives. But the second Ryan budget, which is the one that Romney endorses, that one provides you with the choice of staying on Medicare or buying into one of these, getting a voucher and buying into one of these corporate plans, which in my mind, may not cost you an extra $6,000 a year, but what's going to happen is it's going to ghettoize Medicare. That's just like with school choice. If the health insurance companies won't take the vouchers from really sick people, they're going to end up in Medicare, and Medicare is going to end up really being broke.
Yeah, Medicare as a program is not broken. It is a contract we have with our fellow citizens that if you're lucky enough to get older in the United States, you're not going to have to worry about health care. That program works. It keeps millions upon millions of Americans out of poverty. Perhaps it is as important as Social Security. For many people, it's more important than Social Security, and they want to tamper with it. Why do they want to tamper with it? They want their friends to make a profit on it. There should be no profit in Medicare. This is a sacred guarantee that we have made with men and women in this country who have been working for that program to make sure that they would be taken care of. Don't tamper with it. That part of it's not broken. Fund it properly and get it and allow it to do what it's already doing, and that is to raise our senior citizens out of poverty. If you look statistically at the United States, the group that has moved from poverty more rapidly than any other group in our country over the last 70 years are the elderly. A Democratic proposal no Republican support Social Security. A Democratic proposal, no Republican support Medicare. That's what's done it. And now they want to take them apart. They can't stand the success that those programs have had.
Right, and like FDR famously said, they're saying, "Oh, we love these programs. We just don't like the way the Democrats administer them. Give them to us, and we'll take care of them. We'll do it better. We'll do it cheaper. And it won't cost anybody anything."
Yeah, and quite frankly, the theory doesn't work. It's as bad as many of their other theories of trickle-down economics, or somehow by making some group of people wealthy, you're going to make everyone wealthy. Listen, we get stronger in the United States when we have a growing working class. We have a growing working class more often than not when Democrats are in the office, as the president. We're going to hear from Bill Clinton. Nobody grew the middle class more rapidly than Bill Clinton, and nobody was in a position to pay down the deficit and eliminate the deficit like Bill Clinton was. He was replaced by Bush. Bush starts 2 wars without a plan to pay for it, and now Republicans have the chutzpah to complain that we have a deficit. They approved that law, those wars, without a plan to pay for it.
Right, plus a tax cut without a plan to pay for it, and Medicare Part D without a plan to pay for it. You know, one of the lies that I am so struck by, I have heard it probably 15 or 20 times in the last 48 hours from the obligatory right-wing pundits that these news shows always have on, and no news anchor ever pushes back on it, is, somebody will say, well, Bill Clinton balanced the budget, and Bill Clinton did, things went great with that. And they say, yes, well, Bill Clinton was willing to reach across the aisle and work with Republicans. But I was alive back then.
Not a single Republican vote in the program that led to balancing the budget. I remember that. I'm old enough. I'm 57 years old.
Absolutely. I remember it, too. And I remember Newt Gingrich standing on the floor of the House of Representatives and giving a speech saying, if this passes, this 3% tax hike on rich people, if this passes, it will throw us into the next Great Depression. And I don't understand how these guys get away with these lies.
They were wrong about those economics, and they've been wrong about economics time and time and time again. And if you doubt what I say, think about the Bush years. Think about the Great Recession. The only reason that's not a depression is that Barack Obama single-handedly saved the American auto industry.
Amen. Governor Dan Malloy, thanks so much for being with us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.